So right now, and here's what I need you guys to understand. When I start going through this next step, if you need to watch what I'm doing, that's fine. But that means that you need to either have split screen and watch and do it at the same time, or you need to remember what I'm doing. But we are going to get into Sabas Easy Bridge to get into our lesson 1. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do it on the iPad. Now I know the iPad is a little bit different. So let me log into So right now I am logging into a student's ClassLink account so that you can see the apps and see where I go. And if you notice on this student, they have textbooks in the 3rd row. Textbooks in the 3rd row. So I'm going to click on textbooks. I don't know where your textbook folder is. Your textbook folder is going to be in a different place than this student. I'm going to ask you guys to wait for your questions until I'm done giving instructions. Can we do that? Let's try to start doing that. Let's try to wait for questions until I'm done with instructions, because I might answer all your questions before you even have one. You got to give me a chance first. So our social studies is in Sabas Easy Bridge. So I've clicked on it.
You're not presenting.
Oh, thanks. Is that why y'all are raising your hand?
Yes.
I was going to say that.
Ha! There you go. All right. So I got into Sabas Easy Bridge. And like I said yesterday, you have the ray here, and then you have the sock here. This is social studies, so we're going to go to SOC. And you have My World Social Studies. I'm going to click on it. And so what I'm going to do today is I am going to open up the audio textbook on my end, and I want to go through the first lesson audiobook with you. That way you guys, I know that you guys have heard all of it, and you can do the got it and the quiz on your own. But I am noticing that you guys are still having a hard time getting into this and getting it done. And a part of our mission statement is we will not accept anything less than our best. And when you have all zeros, that is definitely not the best, is it? So maybe by me going through this, it will motivate you to go get the got it and quiz done properly. So I am going to, you have all these classes in here. So when you get into your Sabas Easy Bridge and able to do the assignments, you go into class. You have reading and you have sock stew. We are sock stew. This is social studies. So we are cooking up some sock stew, guys. And I see that this student that I'm in has got 3 assignments they haven't started. But the one I am going to do today is lesson 1. So we're going to go into in progress, right? Let's go click on the in progress. And I said I'm doing chapter 1, lesson 1. So I'm going to go find lesson 1, locating Texas. And I'm going to click on it. You have the introduction for locating Texas. All this is telling you what we're going to be learning. So how does geography affect our lives? How does the geography of Texas affect our lives? What do y'all think it does? Somebody wave at me and answer. Jesselyn, how does geography affect our lives?
Geography affects our lives by making us have things known and a lot of what we use.
Okay. Anybody else have anything? How does geography affect our lives? Scarlett.
Geography affects our lives help us with place. We can find places in the country and state by using maps.
Yes. Anybody else have anything else to add? How does geography affect our lives? Anything? Going once? Going twice? Sold, and moving on. So I'm going to go to the next page, and it says, I will know how geography affects the way we live in Texas. So that is what this chapter is all about, okay? So I'm going to click the check mark. She did page 1. Oh. Will it let me turn it in? Yeah, I'm going to turn in all. There you go. Nope, just kidding. Turn in. Yes. Fantastic. Yay! So I'm done with this. So I'm going to go back. Oh, look at this. So then if I look up here at the top, so step 1 says the introduction to locating Texas. And then it says student e-text with audio locating Texas. Then it says the got it, and the 4 is the quiz. Now, what I am going to do at this point is I'm actually going to go into my end of the textbook, get into the textbook so we can do the audio together. Yes, Jordan? Fantastic. Then you're going to have to chill out with us for a minute, okay? Problem is, Jordan, I have a lot of students who haven't. So I'm hoping that for the 5 of you who have done this, just hang out and be patient with us while I get the other 30 of you on board, all right? And yes, last time I updated grades, there was only like 5 of you that have done these. All right, so we're going to go through the audiobook. I may have to present this so you can hear it, or I can read it. Can I see one page at a time? I guess not. All right, so I am going to go ahead and just read this because I think that might be a little less, I don't know, maybe it's a little bit more exciting if you hear my voice instead of the book reader's voice. All right, so everybody needs to be listening because if you have not done the got it or taken the quiz, you need to make sure that you do so. So, to walk around the border of Texas would take you at least 1,000 hours of nonstop movement. But the journey would be exciting because Texas is not only big, it is varied too. That means it is not all plains or hills, mountains or deserts. Texas has all those landforms and more. Today you begin your journey learning about the geography of Texas. Geography is the study of Earth, including the physical features and the way humans use them. An important part of Texas geography is its location. Where is Texas? Every place on planet Earth has a global address that describes its location. The address begins by locating Earth's hemispheres. The word hemisphere describes half of the Earth's kind and water. You find the eastern and western hemispheres by dividing Earth from the North Pole to the South Pole along the prime meridian. Texas is located in the western hemisphere. You can find the northern and southern hemispheres by dividing Earth at the equator. Texas is located in the western and northern hemispheres. Next, you identify the continent. A continent is one of Earth's 7 great bodies of land. Texas is located on the continent of North America. The country follows, and as you know, that is the United States. A region is an area with common features. people and ways of living that set it apart from other areas. To locate Texas within the United States, geographers divided the country into regions. There are many types of regions. They can be based on any shared features, from crops grown or language spoken to music played. The map below shows the United States divided into 5 geographic regions. You have the northwest, is that what that says? Northeast, Midwest, Southeast, Southwest, and the Western region, right? So it says Northeast, Midwest, Southeast, Southwest, and West regions. So it looks like the Northeast region of the blue is Pennsylvania, New York, Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, Delaware, Washington, D.C., Maryland, Connecticut, all kinds of them. The Midwest region is the purple. It includes North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, Minnesota, Iowa, Missouri, Wisconsin, Illinois. I can't see what that other one is. Indiana and Ohio. What is that in the middle? I have no idea what that is. I can't see it. Green is the southeast region down there in the southeast. It includes all Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia. And then you have the southwest region, which is the region we are in. You have Texas, Oklahoma, New Mexico, and Arizona. And then you have the west region, which includes Washington, Oregon, Montana, Idaho, Wyoming, Colorado, Utah, Nevada, and California. Oh, and apparently Alaska. Texas is in North America. North America is the 3rd largest continent on Earth. It stretches from the Arctic Ocean in the north all the way south to South America. The vast continent has 37,000 miles of coastline dotted with inlets and bays. These geographic factors give the continent many good ports for ships that can cross the Pacific Ocean to Asia or the Atlantic Ocean to Europe and Africa. Ships can also sail both those oceans south to South America. Ships from port cities in Texas sail these oceans to trade with people on every continent in the world. So I don't know if y'all can see that see that map. If y'all can see that map, look at the maps to identify the places and write in the blanks below the ocean that borders North America to the east. Oh, so identify the places. Write in the blanks below. The ocean that borders North America to the east is the... Raise your hand if you can tell me which ocean borders North America to the east. Cruz.
I can't move the boxes inside the place.
Are you on your Savas?
Mm-hmm. I am.
Let's finish this and I'll help you in a minute, okay? See if you can figure it out. Scarlett, what ocean borders North America to the east?
The Atlantic Ocean?
The Atlantic Ocean. Let me see if I can add this. So see, the Atlantic Ocean.
Catch the dotted lines. The dotted lines and you should be able to get there.
Yeah, but it doesn't let me. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Look at that. Look at that. The Atlantic Ocean. Put that right there on that line. Look at that. Oh, now I can't see what that other one says. Oh, that's fine. The ocean that borders North America to the west is the... Raise your hand if you can tell me what ocean borders North America to the west. What ocean borders North America to the west? Saini.
The Pacific Ocean?
The Pacific Ocean. You bet it is. Oh, let me see if I can add another one. Add. Yoink.
This method worked.
Fantastic. That's what I like to hear. So, no lie, this is not the easiest thing in the world to navigate, is it? So, my next question says, the country that borders the United States to the north is... Raise your hand if you can tell me the name of the country that borders the United States to the north. Saini.
Mexico.
To the north? What direction is Mexico? It's south. You're right. Oh my gosh. What? Oh my gosh. That's funny. You get so excited. Like, I've been on vacation down there. And we're going north. What's north? What is north of the United States?
Did you say north?
North of the United States is what, Scarlett? What? No! What country is north of the United States? What? Canada! It's go Canada! It's Canada! Y'all are so silly. Oh my goodness. What? What? Saini did. Saini thought Mexico was north. Mexico is not north. Oh, Saini! The next question is all you, hun. All you. What is the country that borders the United States to the south? Oh, come on. I know you know the answer. You just told me. Uh-oh, she went away. She gone. Sujav. Sujav, what is it? Sujav! Yes! I am picking on you and you are not answering me. I can't get these to move down.
I don't know how people do that. They shut the computer and they don't, and it doesn't turn off. How do they do
It's a
that?
Chromebook. Chromebooks don't do that.
Like a school Chromebook?
Uh-huh.
But when you open it, it logs you off, right? Because I've tried that before. Like, I open it and I'm on, but then it just logs me out.
It might.
That's what it does.
I think it'll log you. It logs you out, but it doesn't shut it down.
I know what you mean.
It's okay. I'm just changing these. You can't. Oh, I spelled that wrong. Wait a minute. Let me try that again. There we go. All right. All right, so Texas also trades with its neighbors in North America. Texas has 5 neighbors. 4 of them are U.S. states, and the 5th neighbor is a country. To the west, Texas is bordered by the state of Mexico. The land in this border region is dry and rocky with mountains such as the Guadalupe Peak. The mountain is the highest peak in Texas. To the north of Texas is the state of Oklahoma. Part of this border is formed by the Red River. The northeast corner of Texas is bordered by the state of Arkansas, and to the east, Texas is bordered by the state of Louisiana. The Sabine River forms part of this border to the south across the Rio Grande. Is the country of Mexico. Explain how the geography of Texas has influenced the location of economic activities in this state. So, that's a big question. So do y'all notice that this part of Texas is bordered by water, the Gulf of Mexico? How do you think that affects the economy, the money coming and going in Texas? What do you think happens there? Sujab.
It takes everything away because because of tsunamis, I guess.
But I don't know that we've ever had a tsunami in Texas. Now we've had hurricanes, but that's good because how does that hurricane affect the economy in Texas? What happens when we have hurricanes down at the Gulf?
They destroy everything.
Yeah, so it cost us money to fix it, doesn't it? So what else do you think? Did y'all remember when we read that ships do what? What do the ships do for the United States? Scarlet. Scarlet, what do ships do for the United States?
They trade with other states in another country.
Right, and do you notice how Texas has ocean? We have the Gulf of Mexico. So what do you think that means for the state of Texas?
They trade so they can enter Texas.
So you are absolutely correct. So I want you to understand that the state of Texas has ports. So we do have products that are imported and exported out of our ports onto ships in the state of Texas, right? There's also a travel industry. How many of you been to Galveston Island?
Not me.
How many of you been to South Padre Island?
Never.
How many of you been to Corpus Christi?
Never.
How many of you have never seen the ocean?
Never. I never seen those before.
Oh my God. Oh, that breaks my heart. All right, we're going to see if we can't get through this reading. Let's get through this reading. Oh, wait, hang on. Yep, let's get through this reading. Let's finish so that y'all have you have knowledge to do well on your quizzes. Texas is not only big and diverse, but also it has unique shape that people recognize. Think about all the objects made in the shape of Texas. There are belt buckles, serving dishes, and charms. You can even find macaroni in the shape of Texas. How did Texas get its shape? Look at the map and you will see borders formed by rivers. These borders curve and bend. Another border formed by water is the coastline along the Gulf of Mexico. It has bays, inlets, and islands. Now look at the borders that are straight lines. Sometimes people use rivers or other physical features as borders, and other times they decide that a straight line is a good border. Use the pictures on the map below to take a tour of Texas borders. Start at the highest point in Texas, Guadalupe Peak. Follow the border of Texas going east until you reach Lake Texoma. Texoma is named for its location in Texas and Oklahoma. Along the border formed by the Gulf of Mexico, see the big shipping port of Galveston. Then relax on Padre Island. Finally, visit the border of Mexico formed by the Rio Grande and the Big Bend National Park. So, do y'all see these pictures of the Guadalupe Peak? It's the highest peak and highest mountain in the state of Texas. You have the Big Bend National Park, which is up here just outside of El Paso. You have Padre Island, beautiful beaches way down here in South Texas, and almost close to the border of Mexico. You have Lake Texoma, which is up here. The Red River feeds into Lake Texoma. In case you don't know, there are some great hiking trails up there. Great hiking trails. Water in Texas. I'm over here on page 41, just so we can get through. Water. In Texas, water comes from different sources. There is groundwater and surface water. Groundwater is located below the surface, out of sight. The water you see, such as lakes and rivers, is called surface water. Wherever water comes from, people need it for farming, ranching, and industry. We even use it for transportation. Boats can move people and goods easily on water. That is one reason early Texans chose to live by waterways. They especially looked for river valleys. Early Texans knew the floods made river valleys fertile, and that is good for growing crops. Many rivers flow across Texas from the higher lands in the west to the Mississippi River of the Gulf of Mexico. Springs are another source of surface water. A spring is a place where groundwater comes to the surface. Many Texans use water from springs. There are places in Texas that are dry, such as West Texas. Where do farmers in these areas get the water their crops need? Underground. Large amounts of water are held in spaces in between the underground rock formations. One of the largest is the Ogallala Aquifer, begins under the surface of West Texas and stretches north to South Dakota. All across Texas, water from the aquifers is pumped up and used by agricultural industry. And homes, like yours, pumping groundwater to the surface changes the land, making it more useful. Give me a second, guys. I'm going to read these last 2 pages before we go, and hopefully this has motivated you to finish that got it and quiz really well. Wetlands are both a water form and a land form. They are places where water meets land. Wetlands provide homes for many of Texas plants and animals. They also act as a giant sponges that help clean Texas rivers and streams. In the past, people did not understand the benefits of wetlands. Many of Texas wetlands were drained and developed. Today, Texans protect the valued wetlands that remained. Landforms. As you read, Texas has a variety of landforms. Along the Gulf of Mexico are barrier islands. Barrier islands are long, narrow islands that lie just off the coast. They protect the mainland from the force of ocean waves. Move inland and you find a large area of flat or gently rolling plains. More Texans live on the plain than any other landform. Inland from the plains is a region of hills and the Balcones escarpment. An escarpment is a long, steep slope or cliff. The Balcones escarpment cuts across Texas from north to south. Farther inland is the Edwards Plateau, another large landform. A plateau is a level area higher than the surrounding land. The Edward Plateau is formed when the area was covered by ocean millions of years ago. In north-central plains of Texas extends from the Red River to the Colorado River. It's dotted with many hills and mesas, or flat-top hills. Parts of the north-central plains have a large cattle-raising industry, with many of the ranches in the state located here. The highest land is in the West Texas, where the mountains are. The highest mountain in Texas is the Guadalupe Peak. It reaches 8,749 feet, which is 2,667 miles above sea level. Guadalupe Peak is part of the Guadalupe Mountains National Park. Texas also has basins. They are large, bowl-shaped depressions. There are some questions here to think about, but since we are, nope. Actually, we'll do that. So number 9 says, using evidence from the lesson, write details that support the following main ideas. Texas has a variety of landforms. How can we support that statement? How do we know that Texas has a variety of landforms? Raise your hand and tell me. Sujab.
It's in the book.
Okay, so tell me what it is. It has what?
It has land.
Anybody want to elaborate for me and get serious? That's all listed right here. Look at these landforms. Texas has, what does it say? Texas has a variety of landforms. I just read that Texas has all of these landforms. What are all the landforms that it says that Texas has? Scarlett.
Texas has plains and I can't really see it well.
I don't know if I can zoom in on it.
Can you try it from the computer? Because with 3 dotted lines, you can go to.
There's 3 dotted lines. Oh, yeah, let's see. Look at that. Oh, but I can't. Oh, that's about all I can see. So it has plains. It has what? What's this one?
Escarpments.
It has escarpments. It has, Leah, what else does it have? I'm going to start calling y'all out. What else does Texas, it has what?
Landforms.
It does. It has plateaus.
Yeah. I was trying to say that.
Hey, you said it perfectly. It has plateaus. It also has, what else, Jordan? What else does Texas have that makes the landforms so unique? Can you see this one right here?
Did you call me?
Yes, I did. But we're doing it together, Jordan. So what else does Texas have? So you're not participating in class like you should be. Oh, I didn't mean that meant that you don't pay attention. I just meant that be patient and work with us. I do apologize for the misunderstanding. But you know next time that even if you are done with it, you need to make sure you pay attention. Yes? No, you're fine. Lesson learned, right? Lesson learned on both of our parts. I won't use the word chill out anymore. Let's see. Who else? Andrea, what other types of landforms does Texas have that make it so unique? Plains, escarpments, plateaus.
Is it called basins?
Basins. Hey, close enough. That's why we're learning, right? And one more. Who can tell me the last one? Leah. You bet, my friend. Barrier Islands. Oops, I just spelled that wrong. All right. So I really hope that with me reading it to you guys, that maybe you are more engaged in what we were doing. So now you can go in and do your got it and your quiz and do it well. Yes? Please make sure, and I don't usually like to give you homework, but guys, we are like 2 weeks behind in social studies because I've been trying to give you 2 weeks to get these assignments done. Can you go do that for me? Really shouldn't take you 10 minutes. Give me 10 minutes, yes? All right, go back into Savas, complete your got it and your quiz. for Chapter 1, Lesson 1, Locating Texas, and I will see you guys in the morning.